Pisces, welcome back to the channel. Monica Louv here at the Love Messages. So today we will be doing a reading from the 7th to the 14th of May. Now this is going to be a general reading, so it may resonate with you, it may not. If it does resonate with you and you're interested in a private reading with me, all the links for that will be in the description box below. Pisces, in this reading, I am going to be taking a look at past, present, and future for you. I'm going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. Okay, so your challenge for the second week of May is the Tower. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Cups upright, okay? So for you, Pisces, your biggest challenge here is the Tower. Now, we are going to have a full moon in Scorpio, so this is definitely going to affect the water signs more than any other sign. We also have Saturn moving out of your sign at the end of May. Okay, so some major changes are happening for you that you should be prepared for. I do feel this is connected to the Tower and why it's happening in your life at this time. Now, the Tower is connected to something in your life that once was very stable, very solid for you, starts to really not be. Okay. So this could have a lot to do with a relationship, a place where you're living, your job, your career. I do feel there's something here that's trying to get your attention. Some of you may be ignoring this, very much connected to why this is a challenge for you. So we're going to get more information on that in a moment. Now, in the recent past, you have the High Priestess, you have the King of Pentacles, and you have the Two of Pentacles. So in the recent past, there was an important choice or decision that you had to make. A lot of you are weighing your options. I do feel that with the High Priestess here, there could have been a lack of communication, or there could have been a strong energy of you moving towards spirituality, really connecting with spirituality, really going deep, really understanding things on a very deep level. Some of you were dealing with an earth sign in the past, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or the situation could be connected to your career and your finances in the past. We're going to find out more information on this when we clarify. Now, in the present moment, you have the Lovers, you have the Empress, and you have the Nine of Swords. So in the present moment, there is this fear and worry, okay? This Nine of Swords, by the way, I'm just gonna let you know, I've done 2 other readings, shuffled the cards, used different decks, and this card keeps coming out. It keeps coming out, the Nine of Swords, for everybody, okay? Why is that happening? It's happening because right now there's a lot of tension in the sky. We have Mars in Leo, we have Uranus in the Sun in Taurus, and we also have Pluto in Aquarius. And then we also have the changes that are happening at the end of the month with Saturn. So there's a lot of tension in the sky right now between people. I do feel there's a situation that you're involved in the present moment, Pisces, that is worrying you or stressing you out. This has a lot to do with your love life, a partnership that you're involved in. We're going to find out more when we clarify. In the near future, you have the Four of Wands, you have the Temperance, and you have the Hermit. So in the near future, there's a lot of reflection in regards to a relationship that you're involved in, possibly a place of residence. Maybe you're living in a certain place that you want to move or you want to relocate. It's taking you quite some time to make a decision on the situation because you've been really overthinking it, okay? Now, for you, your angel number for this week is 1010, so you can take a look at what 1010 means online. There could be some sort of important message here from your angels, from your guides that you need to be aware of, okay? So what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is indicating something here about a situation in your life that it ultimately leads to a disappointment. You find the truth out about a situation. If you have been questioning if somebody has been cheating, lying, being dishonest, you may find that out. There's something here deceptive that you find out. You end up finding out the truth. And this is when the full moon happens in Scorpio. When the full moon happens in Scorpio, you actually see something for what it is, and it really helps you to make a solid decision on what needs to happen moving forward, okay? I'm getting something here about fruit. Okay, I've been really picking up on food lately. So if that resonates with you, something here about fruit, cantaloupe to be specific, I don't know why I'm getting that. But if that does resonate with you, this reading may resonate with you and it may be something that you need to really hear. Okay, so let's get into your reading. Let's clarify your challenge. Okay, so the Tower, which is your challenge for the second week of May, is clarified by the Six of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Hierophant. Whew, your biggest challenge here, and it's so obvious, it's about a marriage or a relationship that you're involved in, okay? On the surface, your commitment, whatever it is that you're committed to, a marriage, a project, a person, there's something that you're very highly committed to it, okay? You end up finding the truth about this situation. On the surface, you look very successful. Everything is good. Everything is fine. Everything's great. On the surface, people look up to you. You may be very successful, but in the background, there's something that's crumbling. Okay. And it's been very challenging for you to keep up with this image, this public image of everything's great. Everything's amazing. I'm fine. Everything's good. And then finding out this thing in the background that's been going on. It has a lot to do with something that you're committed to. Okay. Your career, relationship, your home life, something, okay? Just apply it to your situation to gain the clarity on it. So your biggest challenge here is to recognize what situations in your life have been unstable. What situations in your life has caused friction. There's something in your life, the reason why it's crumbling is because it was never solid to begin with. It was never built on a solid foundation. And as a result of that, as time goes on, as much as you want the situation to be successful, you keep finding things out. Some of you are finding out that somebody's cheating or somebody's lying or somebody doesn't have your best interest at heart, or you may find out that you committed yourself to a situation that really you should earn more, you should get more, but you're not. So there's something in your life that's crumbling. And it's been very, very challenging to accept the fact that the situation isn't stable for you anymore and that you may need to find out how to bring stability back into your life after all of this. This is going to be a big part of your challenge for the second week of May, okay? Now, good news here is you have the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, so there is an opportunity to start something new, which I highly recommend that you do start something new outside of this thing that you were very much relying on. It's very important that you create a second income or you create a second approach or direction in your life to rebuild something here that is going to bring you that newfound stability that you are so used to. Okay. So it is going to require you to possibly maybe walk away from a situation because it gets difficult. A lot of you are tired of somebody lying. Okay, you're tired of a liar. There's somebody here who lies. They just lie all the time. And it's really breaking down your confidence within the connection. Okay, so this is going to be a big part of your challenge. Let's talk about the recent past. Let's clarify everything in the recent past. Okay, so bottom of the deck, you have the Judgment. So in the past, something came to your attention. This thing that came to your attention, it really made you realize why things have been very difficult. There's been a lot of on and off between you and a specific person that you've been dealing with. I am getting in the recent past the King of Pentacles. So you could have been dealing with an earth sign in the past. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or this could have been you. You could have been very successful here in the past. You have the Five of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Two of Wands. There's been a lot of conflict connected to the past. And this conflict maybe came up for you, Pisces, because of financial issues or a difference of opinion here in the past. And as a result of that, it has led to a separation, okay? I am also getting For many of you with the Wheel of Fortune, there's big, major changes that are coming in for you. These major changes that are coming in for you have a lot to do with this conflict, okay? This conflict is showing you what needs to change in your life. Okay. Conflict is showing you what isn't working anymore in your life. Conflict is showing you why there's a separation. Now, one of the things that you have to be prepared for here is in the past, and again, I always recommend looking at the past, where you're coming from, because it's going to give you a strong indication of the direction that you're moving into the future. And it also gives you a strong indication of what you need not repeat in the future. Okay. So if you went through something here in the past and it didn't work out, there's a reason why it didn't work out. And it's probably advisable not to repeat that same mistake. So in the past, you had an opportunity maybe to separate yourself or disconnect from a situation that was causing a lot of conflict. And a lot of you had that opportunity to do that because you had the resources, you had the financial abundance to be able to do that. But the situation got so intense that you may have moved away from the situation. And when you finally moved away from the situation, you started to recognize new opportunities that were coming into your life. Now, the High Priestess is here. You are the High Priestess, very much connected to your spirituality here in the past. That is clarified by the Six of Pentacles. You have the Seven of Pentacles, and you have the Page of Wands. So in the recent past, you completely decided to move into a new direction. You decided to move into a new direction. You reevaluated your situation. A lot of you chose to move into a new direction in the past because you felt like you were overgiving to a situation in the past. You were giving so much to a situation that wasn't reciprocating to you, and you had no other choice but to close yourself off and move on from it. It took you a while to make a decision. You were weighing your options here in the past, but you eventually did, and you felt that by closing yourself off or blocking yourself from a specific person in the past, allowed you to bring balance back into your life. And this is why a new opportunity came in, because a lot of you said to yourself, no, I'm not interested in this. I'm not interested in conflict. I'm not interested in continuously giving to a situation that isn't giving back to me. And most importantly, with the Two of Swords here, a lot of you felt it was necessary to protect yourself in the situation by blocking somebody or completely closing them off from your life here in the past. Okay. And this is what you went through in the past. You came to some sort of realization about all of this. So let's talk about the present moment. Let's clarify all the cards. Okay, bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Wands. Okay, so the Three of Wands is about moving towards new milestones. It's about completing new tasks, taking a leap of faith on doing something that's outside of your comfort zone. This is what a lot of you are contemplating currently in the present moment. You have the Lovers. There's a very strong connection presently in the present moment. That is clarified by the Ace of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Six of Swords. Now that you've moved away from a specific person, okay? A lot of you have moved away. Like I said in the past, you moved away from somebody that wasn't in alignment with your goals and what you wanted here in the past. Now that you're choosing to disconnect from this situation, or you've already disconnected from the situation, I see you attracting somebody here who actually has the time for you, who actually is interested in you genuinely. I see you attracting somebody here. It is a connection that is very strong values and very strong opinions, but ones that you agree on here in the present moment. There's new love that's coming in. A new beginning is coming in for you. Some of you haven't attracted this new love yet. Okay, it's on the horizon, it's coming in, but some of you are needing to move away from a situation or step outside of your comfort zone in order to attract this love. Others of you have already attracted this new love, and whoever this person is that's coming into your life, it's very magical. It's a magical energy that's coming into your life, and it all happens when you finally decide to completely disconnect from something that isn't in alignment with you anymore. So when you decide to step outside of your comfort zone and move into this direction of a new energy, that's when the opportunity will present itself if it hasn't already. Now, you also have the Empress here, and she's clarified by the Chariot, the Death, and the Queen of Pentacles. So like I said, yeah, a lot of you are ending something here in the present moment. It's so obvious, and you're choosing to move on from this situation. And the beautiful thing here is a lot of you watching, you have the resources, you have the ability to completely move on from this situation. And this is what is going to allow you to find and have new opportunities. Now, if something in the present moment, okay, if something in the present moment is causing you stress and worry, Nine of Swords, I'm going to tell you why and what you can do about it. You have the Ace of Wands, you have the Ten of Cups, and you have the Queen of Swords. So in the present moment, there's something here that is not for you, okay? You know that. You've known that for quite some time, okay? For some of you, this has been a long time coming, 9 years, 10 years, and now you're starting to feel like it's time for you to have a new beginning. Why are you feeling that? You're feeling that because Saturn is in your sign at the final degrees. It's at the final degrees of Pisces, which means something in your life that you've been doing for many years is in fact worrying you, and you may feel that it is coming to an end. Your important angel number for this week is 1022, okay? If I don't get a chance to comment it, I will try to comment it below, but check out what 1022 means in angel numbers. There could be an important message there for you in regards to this thing that is causing you worry, okay? I do see a new beginning happening for you. A lot of you, some of you are still in denial. Some of you are still in this place of, oh, no, it's not done. We're going to continue. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Others of you know that it's done. And you know that it's done because you found the truth out about something that was going on in your marriage, or you found out the truth about something that was going on with somebody that you were dating or you were seeing. Or maybe you were in a work situation where you found out the truth, you felt like you weren't valued. There's something here. I feel more or less this is about a connection, but of course it could apply to any situation in your life. A lot of you feel you're worried about having a new beginning. You don't know if by letting go of the past, letting go of this situation that really brought a lot of comfort into your life, a lot of you don't know if it's really truly done. Is it really done? Is this done? Right? That's what you're asking yourself, and it's causing you worry and stress. So in the present moment with the Queen of Swords, this is about you getting very clear on what happiness means to you. What does happiness look like for you? Because that's how you're going to know. That's how you're going to be able to determine if the current situation that you're in right now is truly for you. And if the answer is no, that may be the piece that you really need to hear within yourself, that it is time to move on. So a lot of you are worried that if you do move on from something, that you won't find the type of happiness that you had all these years or all this time. And this is what's stopping you from moving or taking action towards this new thing. But what I can tell you is, as we get closer to the end of May, you're going to feel more compelled to end something here. There's a difficult cycle in your life that's finally coming to an end. It is moving into your second house if you're a rising Pisces. So this is really going to change the dynamic of your life in general. So there is a fear here of moving forward or having a new beginning, but also the situation that you're currently in right now, you know, is done or it's over, and it just doesn't suit you anymore. Okay. And this is why a lot of you are taking action to step outside of your comfort zone and possibly have a completely brand new beginning, okay? So this is what I'm seeing for you in the present moment. Let's clarify the near future. Okay, Ten of Wands in reverse. A lot of you are tired of being in a relationship in the near future where there's burdens, where there's difficulties. It's taken you a long time to make this decision. But as time goes on, like I said, a lot of you are going to be letting go of partnerships, relationships that are not supporting you, okay? I feel in the near future, a relationship that you're involved in, it starts to get easier for you. So even though things seem a little bit intense in the present moment, once you start to do this reflecting, because you will start to do reflecting in the near future, either you or your partner, there's a lot of this reflecting that's taking place in the near future. And the person who's doing the reflecting, whether this is you or your person or both of you, I'm going to show you the cards here. You have the Four of Wands, which is a union, a relationship, something here that's bringing shelter to your life. It is clarified by the Hermit, the Three of Pentacles, and you have the Ten of Wands in reverse. So in the near future, what you are realizing for many of you is you're realizing that if you want this relationship to work, there needs to be deep-seated contemplation within yourself. Why? Because here's the thing. I'm going to tell you why relationships don't work out. 9 times out of 10, the reason why relationships don't work out is because people aren't willing to change. They want to get into a relationship. They want everything to stay the same, be the same as it is. They don't want any conflict. They don't want any growth. They just want to stagnate there. And a lot of you in the near future are realizing that in order for you and this person to be together and for it to work, you both have to be on the same page. It can't be one of you wanting one thing and then the other person wanting another thing. Of course, you can have your separate opinions, but a connection, a relationship has to be in alignment with one another. Things start to become less intense in the near future. The difficulties start to subside, but they only subside because somebody here has done that deep inner work. That deep contemplation of what needs to change. How can we come together and work together and be on the same page? That's what's happening in the near future. Now, of course, some of you may decide over time because the temperance is here twice. So there's a lot of time that passes or a lot of time has passed. And you may realize that something connected to your past is done. Some of you watching this, you're a rising fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or you're a moon fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Sagittarius is really strong here. So some of you are accepting the fact that something connected to your past that you were very much connected to is done. Okay. So there's 2 groups of you. Those of you who are going to have a partnership or a relationship where you both do that inner reflecting, and you find some common ground and you both are able to work together, which creates this fabulous, beautiful relationship. And others of you are just tired of the past. You're tired of the things that have happened in the past. You're tired of relationships from the past, and you simply just don't want to carry them with you in the near future. Again, the Hermit is here, okay, in the near future. That's clarified by the Lovers, the 7 of Wands, and the 4 of Swords. So in the near future, once you do this contemplation, once you rest, once you heal, a lot of you are going to realize and recognize how strong the connection is with a particular person. Now, again, the reflecting that you do here, it's going to require you to rest. Some of you are really overly worked or overtired, and it's hard to make decisions when you're in that frequency. So make sure you're getting rest here in the near future. I feel like that's what you're going to be doing. The Lovers is here, which means there's such a strong and beautiful connection between you and this person that the idea of really just throwing it away might be very challenging for you. But like I said, if you aren't doing that inner reflecting, or your person's not doing that inner reflecting, that's why something here abruptly comes to an end. And this is why what you don't see coming is the 5 of Cups, because there is a disappointment in love. Somebody here doesn't feel appreciated. They don't feel recognized. They don't feel valued. They don't feel seen really here. And this is what's creating the toxicity within the connection, the marriage, the commitment. So all of that has to be recognized, and solutions have to be made if you want to keep this going. Lots of you are done with it. A lot of you are saying, I'm just going to move on. It's just simply not for me anymore. And that's okay. So let's get some advice. What is the advice? Okay, your advice, Pisces, you have the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the 6 of Swords. Your biggest piece of advice is you need to get clear on whether or not it is time to go. Do you feel loved in this situation? Do you feel emotionally supported in the situation? Is it in alignment with your emotions? And if the answer is a no, then you really need to get clear on the direction that your life is taking with or without this person, because it's not always about a relationship that you're in. It's not always about the other person. It's about what you want. What do you emotionally feel is the right thing for you? When you're finally clear on why you should leave and what you're going to do when you leave, that's when you're going to get totally clear on what you want for yourself. I think right now it's very difficult to make a solid decision on whether or not you should stay or go, because you don't really know what you want yet for yourself. And that's okay. You don't always know the answers in terms of what you want. But if something here is making you feel uncomfortable, or it's making you feel like you need to question your existence or the direction of your life, that's something that you need to really contemplate. That's why the Hermit is here in the future. It's showing up twice, because that inner reflection, that time that you spend on your own to get clear on what you want, is very much needed before you decide to make a decision about leaving. Okay. So Pisces, this is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.